I've seen a lot of people on TikTok asking how much WrestleMania 42 would actually cost to go to from the UK. So I thought I would do a breakdown video today to show you exactly how much I paid compared to what other people paid. Again, there's no right or wrong, but I just want to share my experience and what I paid to go on this trip. Starting with flights, so me and my friend, we flew with British Airways. We flew from London Heathrow directly to Harry Reid International Airport in Las Vegas. We booked our flights quite early on last year when we knew it was in Las Vegas. We had provisionally booked for New Orleans. That obviously got rearranged, so we had to change our flights. We paid a little bit of expense on top, but I'm not going to include that because that's not a free reflection of what we would have paid. So I'm just looking to my notes here because I have so many things that we paid for. So for our flights return, we paid $1,258 each, which after conversion converts to about 932 Great British pounds. About average, that came with your suitcase and your handbag to take on with you onto the plane. So we knew we had a bit of room to bring back merchandise and pack whatever we needed. For our hotel, we stayed in the Excalibur Hotel. Perfect location on the strip for us. We knew we wouldn't be there very often. It was more of a sleep and shower sort of thing, and we'd be out for the most of the day. It was a great spot for us. It was a 10-15 minute walk from the Allegiant Stadium and a 5-10 minute walk from T-Mobile. It was a 10-minute walk from the Las Vegas monorail, which was part of our expenses, so I'll get into later on. And it was just a central location to everything. You could get the tram to Mandalay Bay if you needed it. We didn't actually utilise the tram, but you could if you needed it. So the hotel came in for 7 nights at $554, which converted to around £410 after conversion. For a week, I think that's very reasonably priced, especially for Vegas prices. Like I say, it's not a top-end hotel, but it had everything we needed. The casino was great for the time we spent in there. It was clean. Our rooms were refurbished every day. New bedding, new towels. We couldn't really ask for more, despite some of the negative comments that were online about the hotel. So, the largest part of our costs for this trip were done and spent via the on-location silver package. This was our first WrestleMania. We know we could have held out for WrestleMania tickets to get them at a very, very discounted price. Same with Raw and SmackDown, which I'll get onto in a moment. But we thought we were originally meant to go to WrestleMania 36 just prior to COVID, which got cancelled. And we had the WrestleMania Access package for that. So we went with the on-location silver package this time. That included 2 days of WrestleMania tickets. We were sat in block 203 on row 1 at the exact same seat for both nights. 4 days access to WWE World, so that was Friday, Saturday, Sunday and Monday. A WrestleMania Area 15 pre-WrestleMania party, which was meant to have a Q&A from Rhea Ripley and Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes cancelled on the day for whatever reason. I think it was something to do with Street Fighter, so Drew McIntyre stepped in instead. A very welcome replacement for me. We also met a handful of other superstars as well on the day, which did walk-arounds and just meet and greet opportunities, which were brilliant because they were free as part of it. And we got a handful of meet and greets that we didn't expect. Priority dedicated lines to WWE World, the Superstore, and entrance to the Allegiant Stadium. We found that very handy, especially on the first day or 2 or 3 even of WWE World and the Superstore, because while the Superstore queue didn't enter till 9 a.m. or on most days and 12 p.m. on the first day, we were in by 11:30, and we had the pick of the merchandise before people rushed in to grab what they wanted. That also came with, like I say, priority lines for the Allegiant Stadium, so we didn't have to wait in the gigantic lines outside. We went to our own dedicated entrance and they let us straight through. That came with an express checkout line, so we could check out in the Superstore as fast as you went in. There was no queue, essentially. Very fast process. We got given the on-location bag, which I showed in my previous video, and the pin, the WrestleMania Vegas pin. 2 little nice memorabilia to keep. And we received the silver package lanyard. So this package came in at $1,950, which converts to around £1,450. It's not the cheapest way to do it. Like I said, this is the way we wanted to do it. There's no right way, there's no wrong way. If you want to save money to do this, then you can hold out and buy your tickets separately. There's no right or wrong way. This is just the way we want to do it for our first WrestleMania. We wanted an organised experience where we didn't have to stress or fret near the time. And I don't think either of us would complain about the on-location package. It was all very well organised, and we were more than happy with what we got. So I will converge the next two costs into one because they're only two little small things. So WWE World, we didn't have access on the Thursday as part of our on-location package, so we had to pay for access to the WWE World on the Thursday. That cost us $88 each, which converted to around £65 for the day. Again, it was a simple experience. We just paid online, showed up on the day, and then we went. They even gave us the priority access on that day as well, even though I don't think it should have been included, but they let us in on the priority access that day. Raw and SmackDown ticket combo. We bought the ticket combo when they got released on AXS. So we paid $233.30 for both nights. So that was for Raw and SmackDown. So we paid that in total each, which came to around £172.70. We were sat in section 217 in row D. So we were at the top, but despite being at the top, the view was still brilliant. It's quite a compact arena, the T-Mobile, which allowed us to have a brilliant view of the arena anyways. Yeah, we were really happy with that price. We were surrounded by great people, great conversation, and we made some great friends from just being at Raw and SmackDown. The final cost for the trip that we paid for in advance was the Las Vegas monorail. This was perfect for us to get to the Las Vegas Convention Center for the WWE World and Superstore every day, because we were doing there every day. So we paid $46.50, which converts to £34.50 each. We used the MGM Grand app, where you could play some games and rack up points, and when you hit 15,000 points, you could get a buy one, get one half price on a monorail ticket. So we did that prior to travelling, so we saved around $30-40 on one of our monorail passes. So that worked out great. And if you're in the Las Vegas area, not necessarily for the wrestling, I would highly recommend that, especially if you're staying in a hotel on the monorail line. Like I said, it was great for us. We could leave the Excalibur, walk through the MGM Grand, and you were at the monorails, and it was a stop right outside the convention centre, and you were there within 15 minutes. So the complete cost for WrestleMania for me was $4,129.80 roughly, which when converted back to British pounds came to £3,064.20. This can be done in a much more expensive way if you want to. This can be done in a much cheaper way if you want to. There's no right, there's no wrong. However you want to do it, it makes your own experience. If you want the luxury things in Las Vegas, then you're going to pay more. If you happen to have a budget thing, you can pay less. And if you want right in the middle, we're probably about right. I also took $2,000 in spending money, which converts to around £1,480. So that worked out as $1,600 on my card and $400 in physical cash. It covered us for tipping, and then we could just spend as we wanted on food, merchandise, etc. Again, there is no right or wrong. You pay for what you want. We paid a decent amount. We probably paid the middle amount. You can go higher, you could go lower. You just pay for what you can afford, and not only what you can afford, it's what you want to pay for. If you were to go to Las Vegas, if it was another WrestleMania held there, would you pay the same price as we did? Or would you pay less? Would you hold on and pay for higher packages? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to follow, like my videos, and drop comments. I'm happy to engage, and I'm keen to contact with more of you as we go on.